Welcome to the Let's Talk Events podcast. Let's take a look at some of the events and activities happening here in Oshkosh. I'm Andy Radig from Oshkosh Media, and joining me is Kathy Snell, the Special Events Coordinator for the City of Oshkosh. And Kathy, welcome, and thanks for coming in for another edition of the podcast.
Great. Looking forward to sharing all the things we have to do in Oshkosh.
Absolutely. Well, I saw your list of events that are coming up, and it's actually quite full. We have a lot to talk about today, so why don't we dive right in? I know that we have some events coming up that are somewhat holiday related, and we have St. Patrick's Day coming up. And if you could tell us a little bit about, I understand there's a tent party for St. Patrick's Day.
There is. Each year, Dublin's Irish Pub hosts a tent party in the parking lot there right outside of their business. For the last couple of years, they have hosted with celebrity bartenders from the Oshkosh Fire Department Charitable Trust. This year, they'll kick off that event on Saturday, March 15th.
Okay, perfect. And it sounds like they have some music and different activities planned, things like that.
They do. That event will actually kick off with a band called Ask Your Mother, taking stage at 2 p.m., followed by Richard School of Dance Irish Troops at 5:30, and following that will be the band Star 69 for the rest of the night.
Oh, perfect. That sounds like a lot of fun. And then you mentioned they have the celebrity bartenders, so that should be a lot of fun too. And I know that Dublin's is probably open for most of the day that day. It sounds like they're opening at 11 a.m. and then these things go for probably most of the day.
That's correct. They do open at 11, so people can go in, get some food, do that.
Sure.
In fact, if people choose to just kind of sit in that area, they're welcome to do that too. But the tent is where all the excitement and the band and the music and everything happens. Again, later that in the day, but they can go in, grab some lunch, and then kind of wait for the festivities.
Perfect. Okay. And, speaking of the tent, I know it's located in the parking lot area that's just outside of Dublin's. Are there anything that attendees should be aware of when they're going to attend the event?
Yeah, parking is a challenge. That's kind of a tight fit area.
Yeah.
Lots of little businesses in there. So we do advise people to avoid business lots of those businesses that are currently open for other customers. However, there's a number of different parking lots throughout the area that people do use. We just ask that as they're parking in those areas to be very, cautious as they're walking and to the event. You're crossing some pretty major roadways,
Right.
Little busy. So we just ask that people are really cautious when they're doing that. And same for drivers. If the event is in the area, please slow down, kind of be patient with people trying to cross the road and that sort of thing. So Safety first.
Safety first. That really goes with any of these events that we're talking about. It's an assembly of a lot of people, a lot going on. So just kind of a little extra attention to the road and pedestrians, and everybody will be all safe at the end of the day. Another thing that I really enjoy doing in Oshkosh is attending the Wisconsin Herd basketball team games over at the Oshkosh Arena. And if folks have not had a chance to do that, I think it's a great opportunity for people to check that out.
I agree. The games are a lot of fun. They put a lot of entertainment and things into that. Things that people need to be aware of. We talk about this all the time. March is one of those, long drawn out months where we can't wait for winter to end. So, the arena hosts the Herd Games, and there's going to be quite a few of them left in March. They're finishing off their season with lots of games in March at home. So a great opportunity for people to get out into the arena and check out the Herd Games. Just a reminder that is all cashless now. So be sure that you are checking out that Oshkosh Arena website ahead of time so you know before you go.
Right. And I understand that nonprofits are able to help out with some of the concessions and maybe have a fundraiser there.
Yeah, so they actually open that up to nonprofits throughout the community. If you're interested in raising a little money for your nonprofit, contact the arena. They'd be happy to walk you through what dates they have available and what types of opportunities there are for those nonprofits. Typically, it's holding down a concession stand throughout the game, even other things. They might have other events throughout the year that they need concessions for, and they're opening that up for an opportunity to get some of those nonprofits in. A lot of the pro leagues are doing that too, where people can go and volunteer their time in those concession stands and then get a little kickback to their cause, which is a great thing for the community.
Sure. Yeah, it's always a great way for people to be involved and to help out the community in other ways, too. As we talked about before, just to be careful about parking and just to watch for pedestrians. I know that especially when a game ends, there can be sudden crowd
Lots
of people.
of traffic, pedestrian and cars.
Exactly. So just kind of watch it around there whenever the game is happening, just to be safe and keep an eye out. And more information is available at the Oshkosh Arena website.
Absolutely. Check that out.
Okay. Then also we wanted to talk about we are getting toward where we have some spring events. And I know the Oshkosh Parks Department has been very involved in the last number of years with several events involving children and the Easter Bunny and some different fun things like that. So we have Breakfast with the Bunny and Egg Hunt coming up. And what can you tell us about that?
So that is actually a collaboration between the Oshkosh Parks Department and the Winnebago County Parks Department. As of last year, we kind of 1 or 2 years ago moved that out to Sunnyview Expo Center. So a great location. Before we kind of had to move between breakfast at one location and the egg hunt in another location. The Sunnyview Expo Center is a wonderful place for this to be hosted. It's large enough to host all of the people that come out for the event, and we can do the breakfast inside and the egg hunt outside. So lots of opportunities for people to come out and enjoy that event.
Sure. And how do people attend? Do they need to purchase tickets?
They will. So the events will actually be hosted on Saturday, April 5th. That being said, the tickets will go on sale beginning March 10th. Those tickets must all be purchased in advance, and they have to be purchased at the Oshkosh Parks Department or the Oshkosh Parks Department website.
Okay, so people can purchase either in person at the office for the Parks Department or online at the Parks Department website.
Correct. And again, I just want to stress that those tickets must be paid for in advance.
Okay. All right. And there are different types of tickets available as well. So if folks just want to attend the breakfast only, they can do that, or just the egg hunt. There are different combos available.
Yeah, so that's absolutely right. We have breakfast only tickets, egg hunt only tickets, and then a combo ticket. So for people who are looking to do both of those things, they have that option. So just kind of throw this out there for the breakfast only. Anyone 13 or older, that ticket is just $5. Anybody ages 2 through 12, it is $3. And that is for the breakfast only. If you are wanting to get involved in the egg hunt only, we do not charge for adults over the age of 18 for the egg hunt. They do have to pay if they're coming into the building during the breakfast time. And then those egg hunt only tickets are for 13 to 17-year-olds, $5. Ages 2 through 12, $3. And then for any of these tickets, individuals, children 1 and under are completely free.
Okay.
We also then do share a combo ticket that's out there. So people, again, if you want to attend both of those events, ages 13 to 17 are $9, and ages 2 to 12 are $5 a piece. Just making sure we kind of go through that. But again, those opportunities are there. If you want to do just one part of the event or the whole event, there's tickets for both.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. And it looks like the breakfast it includes pancakes, sausage, juice, and milk. And it looks like there's some activities available as well.
Absolutely. And new this year, kind of something fun and exciting. First, let me just dive into, let's thank our sponsors for sure. Our sponsors and volunteers for all of the park events. We couldn't do any of these events without them. So first and foremost, we want to thank the volunteers and the sponsors who are supporting these events. That being said, very exciting this year. We are happy to be able to announce that IHOP will be donating the pancakes. So
excellent.
The pancakes this year, not that they were bad. They were never bad. Pancakes can't be bad, but we're excited that we'll have IHOP pancakes.
Well, that's exciting. Wow. That's a very nice upgrade for the pancakes this year.
Yeah. And again, the pancakes have always been good.
I never heard any complaints before.
They've always been good. But yeah, so that's kind of exciting for the Parks Department to be able to have sponsors in the community like IHOP, like Festival Foods, and many others that support these events for people.
Sure. Well, that's excellent. And it looks like there's some cookie decorating, crafts, and even photo ops with the bunny as well.
Absolutely. And there's also basket raffles for all ages. So even if, parents are coming in and wanting to have a little fun too, the basket raffles are going to be available for all ages. So they'll have some for kids, some for adults.
Okay. Well, and as we were talking about, the other part of this event is the egg hunt as another option for folks to be involved with. And if you could just tell us a little bit about how that egg hunt is structured and how that all works.
Sure. We do ask that people are just patient as they come into the door. There are lots of people finishing up breakfast and things when the egg hunt is starting. So we do ask for your patience, following the directions of where the staff are asking for those lines to be formed. And then once it's time, the doors will open and the egg hunt will begin. That is going to be kind of, people get an opportunity, kids, to search the grounds of Sunnyview Expo Center into the barns looking for eggs. Each child can turn in 5 eggs for a prize, and there are special eggs hidden for an extra special prize.
Okay. Wow, that sounds like fun. So folks can really just kind of explore, try to find those eggs. And as you mentioned before, there are some great sponsors and volunteers that are involved with this. And again, can you remind us of the location?
Yes, that will be, again, on Saturday, April 5th. And that's going to be hosted at Sunnyview Expo Center.
Okay, perfect. And so just to remind folks that there is parking available at Sunnyview, plenty of parking, and it's a great venue for having the event.
Right. Another great feature to having it moved out there. Plenty of parking, plenty of space.
Sure. All right. Well, we have another event coming up, and I know that we have several events that involve some sports and getting outdoors, that sort of thing. And we have Runaway to the Bay, which is on Saturday, April 12th. And I know that we have some local folks that are involved in putting this event on.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that April's the time when you start thinking about running outdoors, right? Mm-hmm. So the event Runaway to the Bay, this is actually a 55-mile relay race with teams formed of 2 to 8 people for each team. This event is sponsored by Prevea Health and is part of the 4-Imprint Race series in partnership with Runaway Shoes. This has been an event that has been hosted here, I should say starts here. 55 miles, they actually start in Menominee Park, head north along the lake towards the Fox Cities before crossing the countryside of Calumet County and finally entering the Fox River Trail just north of Forest Junction and ending at the City Deck in downtown Green Bay.
Wow. Okay. Huh. That is a challenge, or that would be a little bit more than I think I'd be capable of running.
Right? When I saw teams could be of 2, I'm thinking 55 miles for 2 people, huh?
Wow. Okay. Well, but it's great to train for those things, and I know that there are plenty of marathon runners out there that just live for this sort of thing. So, and being in April, it's not quite that time of year yet where it's so hot, and we have issues with people getting overheated. Of course, with the way the weather's been, you never know,
right.
But generally April 12th, I think, would be probably very good weather for a long distance run like that.
Yes, I myself am not a big runner, but hosting events like this and having been involved in the behind the scenes of some of these things over the years, it's funny because there never really is a perfect day for any of these things, right? I mean, in the wintertime, we have to, even in April, this event in particular, I've actually seen days where we have had snow on the roads for April, this April event. So, hopefully we have a nice day, not too warm, not too cold.
Right.
But people get out and they do this, and even if you're not participating as a runner, I think it's a great opportunity to come out, support people who are doing these things. If if you're interested in kind of cheering on people who are a part of this event, just kind of went over that route and get out there and support people who are taking that initiative and getting out there and running like that. Right.
And with this type of event, we actually are not closing any roadways, but there will be a few impacts for the traveling public.
Yes, that's right. So the event does start in Menominee Park. That being said, once they leave Menominee Park area, the roads that will be impacted with a coned running lane for participants, kind of to guide them along that route. The roads that will be included in that route will be Menominee Drive, Hickory Street, Murdoch Avenue, and Bowen Street.
Okay.
And then it's Bowen Street, again, all the way out County A and on their way to Green Bay.
Sure. Okay. So again, that is on Saturday, April 12th, and just to be mindful of those east side neighborhoods that might be impacted there, and to just be aware and just be cautious and let the runners do their thing.
Yeah, this event is really, being that it is not all within our community, they are in and out of here pretty quickly. They run through the waves pretty quickly, and just like that, they started and they're out of our community already. So it's fun to be the place that they start.
Right. I know in the past too, there have been some cycling events that go through Oshkosh, and it's like you blink and they're pretty much through here. So it's kind of like that. Well, that's great. Again, that's Runaway to the Bay, and that is on Saturday, April 12th. Then we also have the Oshkosh Half Marathon and Loop the Lake, which is coming up on Saturday, April 26th.
Yeah, this is another long-standing event with a little twist. So the Oshkosh Half Marathon is something that's been hosted here in Oshkosh again for several years. However, this year they're putting a little twist on it and incorporating a Loop the Lake. The Loop the Lake, again, new this year, is a 4 nautical mile run walk. So people can sign up to either do the Oshkosh Half Marathon or that Loop the Lake.
Okay, perfect. And it looks like it starts and ends at the Fox River Brewery in Oshkosh, and it's also sponsored by 4 Imprint.
That's correct. Again, in partnership with Runaway Shoes. So they host both of their events here in April. So yes, that is correct. They will be starting at Fox River Brewery. That start time will be around 9 a.m. Again, they kind of shoot people out in waves. So they kind of start them out in groups and packs. Both the courses will take participants along the Weawash Trail and Riverwalk for their scenic views. Roads will be closed around Fox River Brewery, so we do want to kind of mention that. The road of Arboretum Drive will be closed between Rivermill Road and Oshkosh Avenue. The residents in that area will have access to their driveways and such. We say it's from Rivermill to Oshkosh Ave. We give a little leeway for some of those driveways, so just kind of be cautious again as you're driving in and around that area.
Mm-hmm. Okay, just to be mindful, and again, that is on Saturday, April 26th, just to be mindful of some of the events and the roadways that will be impacted for the Oshkosh Half Marathon. And then also just a reminder that folks can also check the Runaway Shoes website and look for more information if they're trying to get some more detail about it, or perhaps get involved in the event themselves too.
Yeah, part of that route too will also have a coned running lane as well. Most of both of those routes are on the Riverwalk and the Oshkosh Trail. But we do want to mention that a few of the roadways will be impacted again with that running lane. Those roadways will be River Mill Road, Lake Butamore Drive, Rainbow Drive, and Oshkosh Avenue.
Okay. All right. And so just stay tuned and just be cautious when traveling around that day, just to allow some extra time and some leeway for the different events that are happening. So, Kathy, I suppose that this time of year is getting very busy for you with a lot of events coming around. And does this get to be like a busier time of year, or do you think the whole year is actually busy because there's always a lot going on in Oshkosh?
That is true. Always things going on. I think this is one of those times of the year, though. Lots of people submitting their permits. So if people are interested in hosting events here in Oshkosh, please reach out, find out what that process looks like. If you're not sure if your event qualifies as a special event, just give us a call and we'll be happy to walk through what kind of event are you hosting, what is the attendance you're looking to have, what are the activities that are going to be involved. All of those questions are things that will help us lead you in a direction of what permits and things you may need to host your event.
Sure. And you are located over at the Oshkosh Parks Department. So if people would like to reach out, they can reach you over there.
That's correct. And even if not, call into the Parks office, schedule an appointment. Any of those ways to reach us is great.
Sure. And the Oshkosh Parks Department website also includes plenty of information about not only how to host an event, but more information about a lot of these events that we've talked about today.
That's correct.
So, and if people would like to learn a little bit more about various events going on in Oshkosh, Discover Oshkosh is a resource for them.
Yeah, Discover Oshkosh actually hosts, their site hosts a number of events that we don't even have a chance to talk about. A lot of the events that are on their page are, events that are hosted at businesses, at facilities, and things of that nature. So ones that we kind of cover are those that need to have special event permits and are hosted out in the public, or, again, things that we just... that either the city or the Parks Department sponsors. Those are the ones that we cover. But yes, definitely for a much broader calendar of events, Discover Oshkosh is the place to look for those.
Right. Well, I think that's about all that we have for this edition of our Let's Talk events. And Kathy, I'd like to thank you for being here today. Kathy is our special events coordinator for the city of Oshkosh. And I am Andy Radig with Oshkosh Media. Thank you very much for tuning in and listening to our podcast today.
Thanks, Andy.